I hit the trail, not speed walking, sprinting, or making exaggerated grunts, and there was no dawdling, nothing that would get people's attention. I was dressed in black, the most popular color for joggers, walkers, and lingerers who drank coffee and chatted rather than exercised. With a gray hoodie over the brown wig atop my head, along with the fake mustache and beard, I was no different than anyone else exercising on the cloudy day. Except I was. There was water in the small backpack, while the bum bag slung around my hips contained a weapon. A Glock 19 with a silencer that could not be traced was my weapon of choice, and it rested against my belly as I strode along the path, not breaking a sweat. My target used the adjoining bike trail every Monday and Friday after work with his buddies. But though today was Friday, he'd be here without his friend group. They were at a conference, and he planned on coming alone, saying work was a so-and-so and he needed to let off steam. Considering it was his company and he was prepping to go public, he was definitely stressed. The guy spent most of his waking hours staring at his computer, yelling into the phone, or pacing the meeting room while his lackeys followed his shouted instructions. And how was I aware of this? Spyware on his phone and hidden cameras in the company headquarters, courtesy of an electrician who happened to be my cousin. Keeping things in the family was how I preferred to work. I didn't think about this human whose life I was going to end, other than that he'd wasted a lot of years making money. He couldn't take it with him where he was going. But he was also a bad man. He might have a squeaky clean appearance now that he was in his 40s. In his college years, he'd hurt a lot of people, scaring them inside and out. And I had no qualms of taking money from my anonymous client and administering justice. It was unusual to know so much about a target, but it was necessary in this case, as the guy had personal security, except when he was biking. Big mistake. Rounding a bend, I checked the trail in either direction, and with no one in sight, I snuck into the undergrowth, making no sound. I might have been in human form, not my wolf, but I was at home in the forest. When I reached the bike trail at a place shrouded in shadows, I stripped off my clothes, rolling them into a tight ball and stuffing them in the pack. Removing the gun, I attached the silencer and kneeled, my breath slow and even. My heartbeat didn't race ahead, my pulse was steady, and my gaze was fixed on the spot my quarry would meet his end. My shifter hearing picked up the faint whooshing of air as it flowed in and around the bike and rider. The tires hummed on the rough ground, and there was a clicking when the chain moved over the gears. As the cyclist drew closer, the wind carried his labored breathing and grunts while he maneuvered over the trail.